Hi, it's Jessica Drummond here from the Integrative Women's Health Institute, and we have a quick webinar today to talk about when you're using our programs as an affiliate. How do you do that? How can you add it to your programs? How can you use it to supplement your income? How do you market these programs? So I'm going to try to anticipate your questions, and then we have people live here who will hopefully ask anything else that I don't cover, and make sure that you feel really confident and comfortable with how to use these programs in the easiest way to set it up. So we'll get started. Let me share my screen. All right, so let's turn this down. When you're using our Integrative Women's Health Institute public programs as an affiliate, so these programs are designed to be used by the public. They're not necessarily for healthcare professionals. They're to be used by individuals to support their own optimal health, to kind of learn more about their own self-care, kind of an organized way for them to walk through their own health and learn more about their own health. So it's designed for the public. It does not obviously create a healthcare professional patient relationship. And we're very clear. In fact, we're adding right now very clear legal language to talk about how this is an educational program only. And throughout the program, I'm very explicit about recommending that before people make any changes regarding their health, that they talk with their local healthcare professionals who they can ask specific individual personalized questions about, should they change their nutrition in a certain way? Should they change their nutrient supplementation in a certain way? Should they change how they're eating or sleeping or exercising or anything to do with their relationships or stress? This very much encourages the use of these materials in collaboration with a live in-person person or team of healthcare professionals or wellness professionals, which most of the time will be you, but may also be their primary care doctor, may also be other people on their healthcare team. And so there's a couple of different ways to set that up, and we'll talk about this. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the goals for you in becoming an affiliate are for you to have a guideline. I like to think of this membership site of materials essentially as a living textbook. It's, we don't write textbooks so much anymore because they are become out of date so quickly, and people are just used to accessing information in an online and interactive and virtual format. So, but you can think of it as the textbook that goes along with your program. It's handouts, it's materials that can go along with your program and kind of keep the program going along in a systematic, structured way. And so if you are a fitness professional or a physical therapist or a health coach or a nutritionist, and you want to utilize these materials to help your clients move along with this sort of wellness model, you can use the program as a support for your coaching or other wellness program. Now, you can also use it. So there's really two ways to use it. You can also use it as a separate thing. So let's say you are a fitness professional and you teach a group of postpartum exercise classes or perimenopause, strength training for women in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And you don't really talk about nutrition very much. You don't talk a lot about sleep and, creating a supportive wellness community around you. You don't really deal with that because you're kind of have people for an hour and you're teaching them fitness and that's your main purpose. Then you can use this program as a supplemental thing where you just sell it. You're not really walking them through it. They are walking through it themselves. And within the program, there's a lot of education about how to make sure they have a local team. So you might not be that team, but you might have some recommendations for good nutritionists in the area, or nutritionists that work virtually, or health coaches, or physical therapists if they have pelvic floor dysfunction or diastasis or, leaking, incontinence, or pelvic pain. Or gynecologists or primary care physicians or functional doctors. So the more people you have in your network, you can help your clients who enroll in this program build their local network, but you don't have to. You can just use this as a standalone program, because I do teach people to create their own kind of team of healers as a part of these programs. So either it's essentially, there's two ways. One is that this is the textbook that goes along with your program, or two, it's a standalone program that's kind of an adjunct to whatever program it is that you have, whether it's physical therapy or midwifery or fitness or whatever. And so the benefits for you are that you don't need to create your own materials. It takes a lot of time to develop recipes and, record educational webinars and create educational handouts. And so essentially we've done all that for you. And we did this because for years, our students have been asking for this. Can you give us a program, a structure that we can just utilize? And so that's why I created this, because it takes a lot of time to do this research, to make materials, to make them pretty, to, create ebooks and all that stuff. And as I said, throughout the training, when I recorded these videos, I've talked about how the clients need to be collaborating with their local healing team. And if you're using this as a textbook, you are a leading member of that local healing team. Or if you want to just use this, sell these programs, they can be sold standalone to anyone on your email list or in your Facebook groups or your friends or family. You can just do that to supplement your income, and you don't have to walk your clients through the program, or your friends. And so who are these programs for? At this point, we have three main programs. We may add some in the future, but for now, we have a pelvic pain relief program. And really, while this could be used for men, it's really designed for women. So if you're looking to use it for men, talk to me first and let's go through it. But for women, it's really designed for women with pelvic pain, whether they have endometriosis, vulvodynia, sexual pain, period pain, menstrual pain of any kind, ovulatory pain, pain with PCOS, pain with vulvodynia or interstitial cystitis, bladder pain. So any kind of pelvic pain, post-op pain, this program will work for. The second program is called Preparing for Pregnancy. Obviously, that is a fertility optimization and preconception program. So this can be great for women who aren't necessarily struggling with fertility, but who are just ready to really optimize their health to give their baby a great foundation, immune foundation, digestive health foundation, all of that, which comes, right around the perinatal period, optimizing sperm DNA and sperm mitochondria and egg DNA and mitochondria. We talk about all of that. So, and this is a program, primarily for women, because women tend to take the lead on these things, but there's a lot of training on male fertility optimization as well. So that's included in that program. And then hormone balance is a more general program. It's essentially 3 steps. It's helping women figure out what their best nutrition plan is using the assessment elimination diet. We talk, and then there's a whole module on sleep, very specific sleep training, and a whole module on right sizing appropriate fitness. So this program is perfect for your clients in perimenopause or struggling with perimenopausal brain fog, weight loss resistance, hot flashes, hormonal imbalances, general, women with weight loss resistance in general. I've used this program in women in their 70s with abdominal belly fat, weight loss resistance. And actually, I've used this program for men too, through the 50s, 60s, and 70s who are struggling with weight loss. So it's a pretty general program. It's also great for postpartum recovery or for female athletes who have menstrual irregularities. However, For female athletes with menstrual irregularities, often there is an eating disorders component, and that's really not addressed in this program. So I would only utilize it for that as long if you know that that client has the support of some local healers, especially a psychotherapist and a skilled, probably physical therapist or fitness professional. When would you not use these programs? Well, this is a program that gives you a financial benefit and gives our organization a financial benefit. So if you work for a large hospital system or clinic group, you may need the approval of that group because you will be getting a direct financial benefit every time you sell one of these programs. If you have your own practice, if you're your own, fitness person, if you freelance, if you're a health coach with your own practice, perfectly fine. But we are considered an outside vendor. So if you work for, a hospital system, you would probably need approval to use this as a part of your practice. Also, this is not, and I repeated this here on the slide I see, but this, some people just like to create their own content, and you like to create your own recipes. You like to, record your own educational videos. And if you like to do that, then feel free to please create your own program. That is fine. You can actually do both. So if you want to use this program as a structure, but you want to add more videos, and the only challenge with that is you would have to stick them somewhere else. We can't upload them to your client's site because the sites look the same for everyone. But you could email videos, or you could have a YouTube channel, or you could email other ebooks to your clients. If you want to do both, you can use our program and create some of your own stuff. We also have like a generic kind of recipe ebook creating program if you prefer to, like, for example, I'm pretty sure that Caroline Zwixen, she created this postpartum new mom program, and she used the foundation's like generic ebook program. She took that and then made it her own, and that's an option. That's a different program. You just purchase that and you can use it as much as you want. It's kind of gives you the structure for how to build these cleanse ebooks, and you can put your own logo on it, you can change fonts, you can add your own recipes, you can keep some of ours. So that's a resource we have if you like to be creative and want to build a pretty basic cleanse program and then build your own stuff off of that. And even if you do work for a large hospital system or a clinic, you can still use this program as an income source, and just kind of sell it on the side as you're on your Facebook page, or to your friends or family if you have some kind of a group, just separately from your work, because these can be standalone programs. And then the other reason you wouldn't use this is if your clients are simply not struggling with the issues that we've created materials for. If you have clients with headaches, or, something just different from the programs that we have, then we don't have those materials for you yet. So you'll have to create your own. How should your clients purchase these programs? So you basically have three options. The first is, let's say you have a coaching program, like a 3-month coaching program where you meet with people once every 2 weeks for 45 minutes or an hour, and you charge $600 for that program. You could add a $200 materials fee. You can price this really any way you want. Our pricing is, I think the early enrollment pricing is like $197. I don't know. Nadia knows all those numbers, but whatever. Let's say you pick a cost for your program, that, or a price for your program, and it's anywhere from like $800 or $797. It might be $997. You can price it anything you want. And I'm just throwing 3 months out there as kind of arbitrary, but you can price it. You can do 3 months, 6 months, 6 weeks, whatever. Price it at whatever you want, and include in that the materials cost. So make sure you increase the amount that you want to be taking in, because then you'll pay us for the materials. So the client will pay you, and then you will pay us for the materials, and simply connect directly with Nadia, and she will make sure she has your client's email and name, and give that client her own access to the membership site. And then what we will do is give you your affiliate commission back. And we do that at the next quarterly period. We pay our commissions every quarter, all of our commissions. And then, but we, after the refund periods, which I think is like 2 weeks or something for these programs. So, so you bill your client $997, you pay Nadia, whatever the number is, I think it's $197. She gives your client access. And then, a couple months later, we give you whatever your commission percentage is back. All right, so hopefully that's clear. Option 1. Option 2, you can have your clients pay us directly for the program, and then you can charge them separately for your coaching sessions. So you can say, okay, my coaching package is 3 or 6 sessions for $1,000. And then if you would like to use the educational materials, the living textbook that goes along with this program is $197, and you buy that over here. That's totally fine. You can do it that way. They pay us each separately. And then we would give you back, again, your percentage, your affiliate commission percentage at the next quarterly payout after the refund period. And option 3 is you can just sell these programs as an affiliate. You don't have to offer a package. You don't have to coach people at all. To anyone on your email list, in your social media circles, your friends, your family, whoever, and just get a % commission back at our next quarterly payout after the refund period. So hopefully that's clear. Ask me if it's not. So how do we market these programs to our communities? You guys each are a leader of your community. Even if your community is 10 people right now, 3 people and a dog, whatever. Right now, you are the leader of a community. So you should be building an email list, whether that's local or global. And so you should be collecting people's names and emails that are interested in hearing from you. And you'll be sending an email to your email list on a regular basis. You'll be emailing them regularly. I suggest at least once a week, but ideally 2 to 4 times per week. Just for any reason, to share things with them, to invite them for other affiliate offers, to invite them for your offers, as a part of your marketing strategy, you should be emailing your list on a pretty regular basis. So what you can do is just add this program to your content calendar. And what you will do is send an email to your email list. Again, might be 5 people right now. It's totally fine. Your mom, your dog, just get started. You got to build the habit. Inviting them to attend the webinar. So you don't really have to sell them this program. You just show them the webinar, and then we've done all the follow-up sales emails from there. Unless you're building it into your program, then you sell them your program, and it's just essentially a materials fee to us, which either they pay us directly or you pay us directly after you collect the cost for the whole program. But if you're just basically selling this program as an affiliate, you can just email your list. They come through our webinar. We do all the sales follow-up. They purchase the program through us, and you get a commission. Same thing, you can post your affiliate link on social media. And I suggest the affiliate link is like a special link. If somebody buys the program through that link, which you all should have from Nadia by now, if you don't, connect with her. And when they click on that link, register for the webinar, you get credit. So anytime they buy anything, actually, you will get a commission, but particularly for that program, because that's where they come through. And so what you can do is go to Bitly or some other link shortening software and just shorten the link, because it's kind of a messy link, especially if you're posting it on social media. If you're putting it in an email, you can just, link the text to it and no one's going to see the messy link. But if you're putting it on social media, I suggest you change it to a shortened link using Bitly. So you can just post on social media about the program and really about the webinar. Again, you're inviting people to the webinar. You're not trying to sell them the program off the bat. We do that in all the follow-up emails. Right now, you're just inviting them to the webinar that's associated with the program. So make sure you take a look at the webinar for the programs that you're interested in sharing. You can invite me to be a podcast guest or do a webinar or Facebook Live event for your audience, which could be on your business Facebook page. It could be in a Facebook group if you are the leader, if your leadership is of a Facebook group, to share one of the programs with them. And again, we'll just talk about, we can just talk on any topic related to the program and then invite them to the webinar. You can write a blog post with includes links to the webinar. You can share with your in-person fitness classes or physical therapy, fitness, or coaching clients that they might want to watch this webinar. You can write, this is a really great thing to do. So we've given you all the programs that you want to promote. So you should participate in them, at least do it, look at it, get some benefit from it yourself or with a couple of clients. Then write a blog post or social media post every month or so, talking about your experience doing the program yourself or with one of your clients. Write essentially a success story. What did you enjoy about the program? What were your results? And so much easier if you say, okay, this is what I did. I joined this program and I, changed these things about how I ate. I changed these things about how I slept. I feel more energy now. I'm, able to lift more weight. I'm able to play with my kids. I have less pain, whatever your benefits or results are from going through the program yourself or walking through it. If you do decide to use it at first as a sort of a textbook of materials with some of your clients, how you did that. And, people really like to hear what was the experience of other people with the program. And then when you're including it as a part of your coaching package, discuss how your program comes with a membership site full of supportive and educational materials, including recipes, video training, and education about supplementation, because that's a huge value add to your coaching package. So there's the in-person or on telephone or video or teleconference time with you, which is extremely valuable, but also they get all this stuff, all these materials, recipes. That's a huge value add for your program. It's like a living textbook. That's what some of my clients have called it, that adds structure to your program and gives the patient client things to do to really focus on, okay, am I on track with my health? Am I doing the things that my health coach or fitness professional or physical therapist told me to do last time? And it really just keeps them on track. All right, so time for questions, and go ahead and write down Nadia's email address, support@integrativewomen'shealthinstitute.com. If you have more questions or you're watching this on the recording, please email us if you have more questions. And let me take your questions for those of you who are here. Let's see. All right. So type in the chat box or just type in the chat box, I have a question. I can unmute you all briefly, but if it's noisy where you are, mute yourself if you don't mind. Or just chat. I'll give you guys a minute to write your questions or just speak up and ask me. Okay, take care. I hope you got what you needed out of that. Take care, Libby. Anybody else have any questions? Is that clear? Are we crystal clear? Okay. Are the clients who purchased the program sent to one of your Facebook groups? No. I have eliminated, okay, that's not exactly true. I have eliminated Facebook groups for clients. I have one kind of general public Facebook group called like the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Women Incubator or something like that, which is just a public kind of Facebook group to just start collecting people who think this way. And so they're invited to be a member of that if they'd like to, but I don't address anyone's issues there. It's really only for like resources and inspiration. Like I might pose a question there and says something like, what are you doing for your health today? Or, um, you know, something very basic, or I'll, post an inspirational quote or a good article or something like that. But there are no Facebook groups anymore at the public level for kind of people that are our clients or that are a member of these sort of public groups. I'm shifting them to be educational, with the support of someone else like you guys who might be directing it. Now, certainly, some of my clients have access to these programs, but I don't coach them through Facebook at all. Is that clear? Audrey, is that helpful?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Woo, that was loud. Um,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. Not your fault. I'm sure it's my mic. It's like all crazy today. All right, great. Anything else? And by the way, y'all are all welcome to join the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise Women Incubator. As I said, it's just kind of it's a happy, inspirational, let's stay on track together kind of group without being, we're not digging into people's individual issues at all. Or, we don't talk about cases at all, nothing like we do in the private patient, professional group where we just kind of can ask questions that are much more specific.
Jessica,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
you were mentioning that we can also schedule some time to shoot a video with you. I was wondering about one thing because I'm planning to use the programs with other professionals. So scheduling creating a package with, for example, a fitness professional and acupuncturist and other people to enhance the value of the program and include that in.
Mm-hmm.
During those videos, is it possible, for example, to say you're a collaborator in some way and then list basically all the people that go in, what they provide? And so I would be the coaching component on the health side, plus what makes a difference compared to what I provide additionally to what's in the program.
Sure. So what we could do is, for example, we could do one of two things. For a marketing video, I could just come on and say, we've created these educational materials to go along with the coaching and accountability that you'll be getting from Audrey. And you'll learn how to, walk through your own elimination assessment. You'll learn how to figure out for yourself what your best nutrition plan is. I can kind of describe the program for them.
Mm-hmm.
Or I suppose we could, inside of the program, I could join. Is it a group program that you're planning to do?
Initially, it would be an introduction as a group program, but every coaching component is individual.
Okay. So the other thing we could do is I could record a video with you, just again, kind of giving a little bit of basic education. Essentially, you could interview me.
Mm-hmm.
You know how sometimes on our program we've got other experts that I just bring them in for interviews and things like that.
Yes.
As a part of your program, and we could just even record that. It doesn't have to be live with people. It could be just recorded. You could ask me some common questions that your clients have about nutrition or something like that, and then you could stick that video as a part of your program.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fine, especially if you have a particular niche and they just might have questions about certain things around nutrition. I'm happy to do that.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. Just the best thing to do, because I literally get like 1,000 emails a day, is email Nadia. She does too, but she's like a million times more organized than I am. And email Nadia and tell her, we chatted, and just get on my calendar, because she's in charge of all email that needs to be organized and getting on my calendar. So happy to do that for anyone. Just connect with Nadia and she can set that up.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. We'll do that.
Okay, great. All right. Anybody else? All right. Well, Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Those were great additional questions. Will be really helpful for all of your peers who couldn't be here live. And, I hope that these materials are really helpful for you and help you really get out there and feel like you've got a structure for getting started in coaching. And, the more experience you have with just your coaching practice and with using these materials, you'll come up with some things that you might want to add. And feel free to let us know. Feel free to just add them to your own program, because that's kind of what makes everybody unique, is how we take things and then we, see, well, what's missing in what I want to say? What's my voice in here? And so, feel free to take that, practice with it, use it for a year or two, and then develop some of your own stuff. And that's the way we all grow and get better. So thanks so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day and rest of your week. And I'll see you all soon. All right. Bye-bye.